You're watching Pulse for the 8th of June, and right now it's time for some Diablo news. In this week's episode, we take a look at patch 1.0.2b that's now live in all regions, a patch 1.0.3 design preview, the recent Diablo 3 Reddit AMA, and more. Let's get straight to the news. First up, Diablo 3 patch 1.0.2b is now live. While there isn't really that much interesting stuff here, there are still a few changes that are worth looking at. When logging into Diablo 3, the cancel button which appears in the login checkbox will now be grayed out for 30 seconds after a Battle.net account name and password are entered. This is apparently to reduce server load during the login process. You know, when error 37 keeps popping up and you keep trying to log in over and over again? They don't want that. Damaged items can now be sold on the auction house. Once sold, damaged items will be repaired automatically when moved from the Purchasing Player's Completed tab to their stash. Please note that unsold damaged items will not be automatically repaired when returned to the seller's stash. And finally, it's no longer possible to skip entire acts in multiplayer games. The full patch notes can be found linked below or over on the official site if you want to learn about all the changes, additions, and fixes for yourself. I'm just saying that because there were actually a few less interesting ones that I skipped. Next up, last month Blizzard gave us a glimpse into how they were taking in initial feedback on Diablo 3 and some ideas for potential system changes they could make. Now they wanted to follow up and provide some concrete information on some of the changes they've actually been working on, and give everyone a heads up before the 1.0.3 patch hits later this month. There's indeed some super interesting stuff going on, and I'm a big fan of some of these changes. Let's have a look at a few highlights from the post. Blizzard are planning on shifting to a philosophy where the best items in the game can drop from many different places, so a wider variety of playstyles are viable. They're also going to be reviewing legendary items in a future patch. Legendaries won't be changing in 1.0.3. When they're done, high-level legendaries should be flat out better than blue items, which is a good thing, I must add. They are lowering the number of guaranteed rare items that drop on bosses when you have a full 5 stacks of Nephilim Valor from 2 guaranteed rares to 1. In exchange, all champion and rare packs will now drop a bonus guaranteed rare item when you have a full 5 stacks. Then, my favorite change coming in 1.0.3, Blizzard are removing the bonus monster damage per additional player in a co-op game. Yes, that means that co-op play in higher difficulties, especially Inferno, will actually be a thing now. They're planning on adjusting the damage and health of monsters in Inferno Act 2, 3, and 4 with the goal of keeping Acts 2, 3, and 4 challenging, but smoothing the difficulty ramp out a bit. Repair costs on level 60 items are going to go up a lot. Right now they are evaluating repair costs between 4 and 6 times their current values. Increased attack speed is getting nerfed or changed at least. There'll be a drastic reduction on the combined costs for tier 2 to 8 gems, and finally, we were told to expect proper and major class tuning after patch 1.0.3, not with it. While these are a few of the larger system adjustments Blizzard are making, the 1.0.3 patch will also include many fixes, quality of life enhancements, auction house improvements, and other changes. That's good to hear, and I for one am definitely looking forward to the patch. If you are in fact interested in all that Blizzard had to say about the development of 1.0.3, then you can check the full post out below for yourself. Now in the last of our big news for the week, as a lot of you no doubt know, game director Jay Wilson and senior game designers Wyatt Cheng and Andrew Chambers hit Reddit this week and answered a whole bunch of the community's questions. You can see full transcripts of the Ask Me Almost Anything below if you're interested, but right here I'm only going to be covering a few of the bigger or more interesting answers we received. Blizzard are thinking of adding an auto skip cinematics option in a future patch. There'll likely be an invisibility mode for friends lists in a future patch too. We'll have access to even more item drop and drop filtering options sometime soon. The color of health potions, gems, tomes, and pages will change in a future patch. Who knows when, but hopefully soon. When legendaries get upgraded, they'll have many new and interesting proc abilities. We may be able to die legendaries sometime soon. The stat for increasing the potency of health globes might soon also affect potions. Players have apparently discovered all the zones in the game. There are sadly no more secret areas. Custom chat channels are in the works. Lifesteal is apparently working as intended, but is still being observed closely. Blizzard think it's going to be super imbalanced in a few months' time when the DPS gets off the hook crazy. Blizzard like the idea of adding gems into the blacksmith's crafts in the future. Shielding and invulnerable minion rare packs are being looked at and possibly nerfed a little. Blizzard are considering adding the real money auction house to hardcore mode. You'll be able to cancel auctions in patch 1.0.3. Item comparison in the auction house window will be added in the future, and much, much, much more. Phew. You're gonna have to check the full thing out below to see the rest, and be sure to let me know which of those proposed changes you like the most. I'm quite a big fan of having health potions actually heal a bit more than they do right now, and comparing items in the auction house, I can't wait for that. Now sadly, that's all I have for you in the news this week. There are a couple of extra videos and some other interesting links below that you can check out, but honestly, nothing special enough to throw into the smalls. So check back here soon for more. Get as much Diablo in as you can over this weekend, if you're not playing Guild Wars 2. Like the video and do all that other good stuff, and most importantly, happy waiting for patch 1.0.3 and everything coming with it.